Gary Payton II, widely known by fans as GP2 or the Young Glove, has carved out one of the most inspiring underdog stories of modern basketball. As of now, his estimated net worth stands at approximately $12 million, accumulated from NBA contracts, endorsements, and growing business ventures. But what makes Payton's story so engaging isn't just the money, the championship ring, or the highlight reel defensive plays. It's the journey, the relentless hustle, the rejections, the G League grind, and finally, the triumphant rise to becoming one of the NBA's most respected defensive weapons. He never tried to be his father, the legendary Hall of Famer Gary Payton, but instead shaped his own identity with grit, humility, and a relentless motor. Early life. Gary Payton II was born on December 1, 1992, in Seattle, Washington, into a home already buzzing with the intensity and expectations of elite sports. His father, Gary Payton, was one of the NBA's most feared defenders, a 9-time NBA All-Defensive First-Team member, and the only point guard ever to win Defensive Player of the Year. His mother, Monique Payton, was an outstanding multi-sport athlete who excelled in basketball and track. Most of GP2's natural athleticism, the vertical leap, the body control, the speed, came from Monique. Growing up, he often said he got the bounce from mom and the attitude from dad. He has 2 siblings, Julian and Raquel, with whom he grew up close. But even with supportive parents and a competitive household, young Gary too faced challenges that most people don't associate with athletes. He struggled academically due to dyslexia, a condition he wouldn't publicly discuss until adulthood. He carried the pressure of being the son of a legend, often overshadowed by expectations. He attended Spring Valley High School in Las Vegas, where he played basketball and even swam competitively, a lesser-known fact that later contributed to his conditioning and core strength. But despite flashes of his athletic gifts, he wasn't a top recruit. He wasn't a 5-star, 4-star, or even a big name. He was simply Gary, the kid trying to find his own lane. After high school, he spent a year at Westwind Preparatory Academy, a prep school frequently used by players who need time to grow academically and physically. That year was crucial. It pushed him to take basketball seriously and set him on the path toward college ball. College career. Payton II didn't jump straight into a major Division I program like many expected him to. Instead, he chose the humbler, hungrier path of junior college, enrolling at Salt Lake Community College, SLCC. That's where his game truly began to evolve. At SLCC, he blossomed into a high-energy two-way player. His sophomore year was especially dominant. He stuffed stat sheets with points, rebounds, assists, and steals, and began to stand out for his violent explosiveness around the rim and uncanny defensive instincts. Those traits turned heads nationwide. Following 2 stellar seasons at SLCC, he transferred to Oregon State University, the same school his father attended. But Gary too made it clear, "I'm not trying to be Gary Payton's son. I'm trying to be Gary Payton II." At Oregon State, he quickly became one of the Pac-12's most feared defenders. He averaged well over 14 points per game across 2 seasons. He twice earned Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, rare honor for a guard. He led the conference in steals for 2 straight years. One of the most iconic moments of his college career happened on senior night. A gesture both powerful and emotional. He switched his jersey to number 20, the number his father wore, to honor the legacy that came before him. Despite all this, NBA teams still doubted him. In 2016, to the shock of many, he went undrafted. For most players, that's where the dream fades. For Gary Payton II, it was step 1, professional career. The grind, 2016 to 2020. The early years of Payton's pro journey were rocky, defined by short contracts, constant waivers, G League bus rides, and the unforgiving uncertainty of trying to stick in the NBA. From 2016 to 2020, he bounced between the Milwaukee Bucks, the Los Angeles Lakers, the Washington Wizards, the Houston Rockets organization, and the Rio Grande Valley Vipers G League. In the G League, he had both breathtaking performances, including a 51-point explosion, and humbling lows. At one point, he even considered quitting basketball entirely and applying to work as a video coordinator for the Warriors. That's how close he was to stepping away from playing. But the Warriors saw something in him: raw energy, lightning reflexes, elite instincts, and kept him in their orbit. Breakthrough with the Warriors, 2021 to 2022. Payton's life changed in 2021. The Golden State Warriors signed him to a pair of 10-day contracts, hardly glamorous, but an opportunity. Then they signed him for the rest of the season, then for another. And that's when the basketball world woke up. GP2 became one of the most disruptive perimeter defenders in the league. No assignment was too big. Ja Morant, Damian Lillard, Devin Booker, and Jaylen Brown. He hounded them all, picking pockets, swatting layups, finishing alley-oops, and making every possession a battle. In the 2022 NBA playoffs, he became a vital piece of the Warriors' championship run. Even after suffering an elbow injury from a hard fall in the Memphis series, he returned to the finals and delivered a masterful Game 5 performance with double-digit scoring, high-level defense, and momentum-changing plays. That season, he earned his first NBA championship ring, validating years of persistence. The Portland Detour, 2022 to 2023. In 2022, Payton signed a lucrative 3-year contract with the Portland Trail Blazers, but injuries limited his time there. Midway through the 2022 to 23 season, he was traded back to the Warriors in a 4-team deal. Returned to Golden State, 2023 to 2025. Back with the Warriors, Payton resumed his role as a defensive anchor off the bench, a veteran who brought championship IQ, energy, and defensive leadership. By 2025, he crossed the milestone of 1,000 career points. He re-signed with Golden State on another 1-year deal. He grew into a respected voice in the locker room, especially for younger guards and wings learning the art of defense. Today, Payton II is known as a rare NBA archetype. A guard who defends like a power forward, jumps like a dunk contest athlete, and hustles like he's still fighting for a roster spot. Personal life. Gary Payton II is surprisingly private for an NBA player. As of 2025, he has not publicly confirmed a wife or girlfriend. He has not publicly confirmed any children. His religious background is not publicly detailed, though he has mentioned being spiritually centered and appreciative of prayer and grounding practices. Instead of flaunting relationships or family life online, Payton focuses his off-court attention on philanthropy and business. Dyslexia Advocacy. Having lived with dyslexia himself, Payton has become a strong advocate for children with learning disabilities. He works with literacy programs and outreach initiatives to raise awareness and support accessible education. Entrepreneurship. By 2025, he has begun investing in wellness and health-focused companies, with a special interest in Black-owned startups and community-centered businesses. His investments reflect his desire to do more than simply earn money. He wants to uplift. Lifestyle. Payton is known for being humble and grounded. No extravagant social media presence. No wild parties. No constant headlines. He prefers work, privacy, and giving back. House tour and car collection. Despite being an NBA champion with a multi-million-dollar net worth, Gary Payton II keeps his lifestyle extremely private. Home. He has not publicly shared. Mansion tours, real estate walkthroughs, and public blueprints of his residences. Reporters believe he lives in a modest but modern Bay Area home close to the Warriors facility, practical, private, and designed more around comfort and security than luxury. Cars. Similarly, Payton II does not flaunt a large car collection. He has been seen driving a black Jeep Grand Cherokee, a compact electric vehicle, and occasionally a team-provided SUV. He is understated by choice. He would rather let his hustle speak louder than his possessions. Gary Payton II is alive and well as of today. There is no cause of death, as he continues to play in the NBA and remains an active contributor to the Golden State Warriors. Gary Payton II's biography isn't the story of a prodigy who dominated from day one. Instead, it's the story of a young man who had every reason to quit and every excuse to say the odds were stacked too heavily. But he didn't. He embraced the grind. He found his identity. He won a championship. and he carved out a legacy entirely apart from his father's shadow. While many players try to be stars, Gary Payton II mastered the art of being invaluable. The glue piece, the spark plug, the lockdown defender. The man whose heart beats through every second he's on the court. As of 2025, his journey continues. One built not on privilege or entitlement, but persistence, humility, and fire.